Welcome to online classes of Mahatma Gandhi Government School Sevar. Today we are going to study playing with the numbers. With the numbers, first of all, we are going to study factors and multiples. If I want to furnish my room with tiles and every tile have a same measurement, that is of 1 foot 1 by 1. If I place 6 tiles in one row, six tiles in one row, and I place two tiles, two rows of 6 tiles. Then I can write this that one tile of 1 foot width and 1 foot length in one row. Then there will be 6 tiles. Now there are 2 rows of 6 tiles. How many rows? 2 rows. If I multiply these first row tiles with 2, the number of tiles in 2 rows will come out. 6 into 2. Because one row contains 6 tiles. So 2 row contain 12. It means what? 12 is multiple of 6. 12 is multiple of 6 means 12 is also a factor of 6 and 2. If I write what is factor? If I write 12 and divide it by 2, it means whatever the numbers came in this row are factor of 12, and 6 is also factor of 12. It means any number which is divisible by any other number or numbers, all these are the factor of the same number. But there are certain conditions of being a factor. If I write table of 4, then 12 2 is 8, 12 3 is 12, 4 3 is 12, 4 4 is 16, 4 5 is 20. These are all multiple of 4. If I write factor of 12, it means whatever number is the factor of 12 should be completely divisible to 12. How? If I write 1, 1 is also divisible by 12 is also divisible by 1. If I write 2, 2 is also 2 6 is 12. If I write 3, 3 is also 3 4 is 12. If I write 4, 4 3 is 12. If I write 6, 6 2 is 12. If I write 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 12. These are the factors of 12. It means these numbers divides 12 completely. Same is there with that. If I place 6 tiles in a one row and I make 2 or 3 or 5 rows of 6 tiles, then these are the multiples of the 6. So all these tiles are the factors of 6. Now we are talking about the factors. there are certain properties of factors. Properties, or we can say condition, which should be fulfilled to being a factor. First of all, one is factor of every number. Like if I divide 16 with 1, it can be divided by 16 times. If I divide 14 by 1, it will be divided by 14. So every number is completely divisible by 1. So 1 is factor of every number. Second thing, every number is factor of itself. If I am calculating factor of 3 and divide this 3 by the same number, that is 3. So it is completely divisible. 3 1 ja 3. If I write 16 and divide this by 16, it means this is divisible by completely by the same number. So first is that 1 is the factor of every number, and every number whatever we are calculating the factors of any number, this number is also factor of itself. Every number should be completely exact or completely divisible by the factor. If we are calculating factor of 12 and we are calculating factor of 12, it means whatever are the factors, the numbers which are factors of 12 should divide 12 completely. If I write factors of 12 as we write earlier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Any of number will divide 12 completely. 1 2 ja 12, 2 6 ja 12, 3 4 ja 12, 4 3 ja 12, 6 2 ja 12, 12 1 ja 12. So factor of every number divides it completely. Fourth condition, every factor either equal to or less than the number. As I write factor of 12, there are 6 factors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So the factors of 12 either equal to 12 is equal to 12 or either less than. All are less than the 12. It can't be greater than the number we are calculating factor of. We are calculating factor of 12. 12 is equal to 12. So it can be equal or it should be below. So all other numbers are below and the number we are calculating the factors are equal to the number. There can be infinite multiple or factors of a number. Multiple of a number. If I am making multiple of 4, there can be any infinite number of multiple of 4. 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, whatever, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52. All these are the multiples, and we can go up to infinite. So these are the properties of factors or multiple. Now we will go into perfect number study. Any number whose factors sum any number whose factors sum equal to twice of any number. Sum equal to twice the number is called perfect number. If I write about 6 is perfect number or not? What are the factors of 6? 1, 2, 3 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 6 and 6 is equal to 12. And twice of 6 is 12. It means 12 is a perfect number. Now we will test 10. What are the factors of 10? 1, 5, 10. 1 plus 5 plus 10, what will be the 6 and 16? What is the twice of 10? That is 20. So it is not equal to 16. It means 10 is not a perfect number. Now we will talk about prime number or composite number. What is prime number? Any number which is divisible by either 1 or itself. Like two conditions: should be divisible by 1 or itself, like 3, like 5, like 7, like 9, like 11. How? If I divide 3 by 1, it will be completely divisible by 1. 3 will be the product. If I divide 3 with same number, what I said, should be divisible by either itself or by 1. The only numbers are called prime numbers. If I divide 3 by 3, it means I am dividing the 3 with itself, means the same number, the result will be 1. It can't be divisible by any other number. Same is with 9. 9 will not be the prime number. If I divide 7, it can be divisible by 1 or 7 only. So any number which is divisible by either 1 or itself is called prime numbers. One thing also we can note here that the prime numbers have only two factors. Any prime number should have only two factors. Which ones? Either 1 or itself. So in any case they should have only two factors. If I ask about the factors of 3, these are 1 or 3. It can't be more than that. Now we will talk about composite number. If I write 16, what are the factors of 16? 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. So any other number which has more than two factors. Either more than two factors means if we talk about 5, it only have two factors. That is 1 or 5. So it's a prime number. So any other factor after prime number which has more than two factors is called composite number. So 16 have 5 factors. 1, 2, 4, 18 and 16. If we write 12, if we write 8, what are the factors of 8? 1, 2, 4, 8. So 8 is also what? A composite number because it has more than two factors. Now we will talk about divisibility. There are certain digits or identifications which help us to identify that the number given is divisible by which digit or which number. It will help us to solve things very quickly and to analyze certain things very easily. If I write 100, if I know that there are certain signs or there are certain digits which can be helpful to evaluate that which number will divisible exactly the 100. If we don't know the signs or digits which will be helpful, it will take time. If I write here 15, I will divide this number with 1 first, with second 2, 3, 4, 5. So every time we go for divisibility test, we have to identify or we have to divide it with multiple digits. So it will take time. If we have certain divisibility concept, it will be very easy for us to identify the given number will be divisible by which digit. First of all, we will talk about 10. Divisibility by 10. If any number has last digit as 0, let's see, if I write this, it will be completely divisible by 10 because the last digit of this number is 0. If I write 560, it will also be divisible by 10 completely because the last digit is 0. If I write 67, it will not be completely divisible by 10 because it does not have last digit as 0. So we will see directly to last digit of any number. If I write 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 0, 7, 0, this number should be divisible by 10 or not. If we solve this by applying from initials it will take too much time. But if we see the last digit, it's a 0. It means it will be completely divisible by 0. Now 5. If any number has last digit either 0 or 5, will be completely divisible by 5. If I write 405, it will be completely divisible by 5 or not? It will be, because it has 5 in its last digits. If I divide 5 8s are 40, we will place 5 1s are 5. So it is completely divisible. If I write 20, it will be completely divisible by 5 because its last digit is 0. 5 4s are 20. Now we will talk about 8. If last 3 digits are divisible by 8, it means number will be divisible by 8. If I write 6 4 2 4 8, so last 3 digits are divisible by 8, it means it is divisible by 8. If I divide this, 8 3s are 24 and 8 1s are 8. Now we will divide this whole number. We will place 2. 2 is not divisible, so RT. So the number is divisible by 8. So 8's divisibility test is last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. Let's talk about 2. If any number last digit either 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. If I write 8, 4, 3, 2, 5, 6, 0, it will be completely divisible by 2 because any of these digits are present here will be completely divide the number by 2. Now we will talk about 3. If the sum of all digits is a multiple of 3. Sum of digits is multiple of 3 means it is divisible by 3. If I write 2, 6, 3, 5 and 4. Now let's sum them. 2 and 3, 5 and this is the 14. So 14 is not the multiple of 3. If I increase this number to 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. Now the sum is 15. Means this number is divisible by 3. 3 7s are 21. 2. 3 8s are 24. Now 6. 3 2s are 6. So the sum of numbers digits is multiple of 3. It means the number can be divided by 3. If any number divided by 2 or 3, then the number will be divisible by 6. exercise 3.1, 3.2 and 3.3. Write down in clear copy mathematics and submit 5 questions from each exercise on worksheet in school.